Hi, welcome to this episode. Here we're going to design the content page of our administration. So that means once the admin is signing and they click on the content, what do they see? So that's the content page where we'll list all the articles we have with pagination. So that's the page here. So and if you are enjoying so far this series, please do like it quickly and then let's continue. So the first thing we need to do is to create that page. So as usual, we'll name it admin. So I will save this as Ctrl Shift S so that it will ask me to save a new file. Then I'll be admin dashboard, then underscore content.php. So it means we are already in the dashboard and we can now name it like a sub content of the dashboard. So we go ahead and the title, we'll change that quickly and say content, right? So and then once we do that, we'll keep the same canvas as the administration we already have. So like I said earlier on, we designed this administration, the dashboard, and these components are going to be reused. So we are now going to focus only on the main content here. So where we have create a new post, we are going to have content rather. So create a new post. This is going to be content. Okay, so where we have this form, it is not a form, so we get rid of the form. And when we go back and add a link, so we want to go to content page, so we have it here. So now we can focus on adding this. So here what I have is a tabular content, so it's actually like a table. So that's what I would like to use. I will use a table, and this is an opportunity for you to see how to use a table. So we'll go ahead, we'll add a table tag, and then we'll add a tr, which is we want to create a virtual row. And then for the virtual row, for every virtual row, we have first column, second column, third, fourth, and fifth column. So we have 5 columns. So I'll have to add td 5 times. Exactly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. The first one is going to contain an input checkbox. Input type checkbox. The name is going to be so that will be set probably dynamically once we fetch the articles from the database. So this is going to be set automatically so that we don't have to think about it. So that is it. So the next area is the articles title, and that will definitely be a link because we have to click on it and go and preview the article from the administrative perspective. So I'll have to add a tag, and then this one too, the link will be set dynamically, but obviously it is going to be, so let me see, I think it's this page here. So this is view article. So I will rename it, we'll name it later on. So let's say what title? The first article's title. So first article's title, and then the following column is going to be, let's go back to the prototype here, it's going to be the date. So the date we set 10.12.2023, and then the next one is also going to be an icon for the edit, but since we don't have icons, I'm going to write edit. But this one is going to be a link as well because it will redirect us to the edit page. So we'll make edit a tag, and then we add. Then we have the delete, so which is also going to be a link probably. So for now, let me make it this way. So here we'll have a decision to make on how we handle the delete, since we don't want to have a different page. So this could be something tricky. So Either we use Ajax to handle that, we use a form to make that, but for now let me just use a link delete. Great. So we have all the elements for the first row, so that's one row. If we check it well, we preview, we see that we have one row, and that's it. So here we can see that our table is showing up. Nothing seems to look like what we wanted, so we can go ahead and style that a little bit. So first thing I will do is I would like the table to occupy the 100% width of its container, like this. So this expands it a little bit, and then the next thing would be to just style it. So let me say, give it a class, and I'll be like content admin content, so something like that. So we can go back in our styles, right down here, create a section, admin content page, and then I can start the table. So the first thing I would like to have is the table border should be 1 pixel solid, and we use the same color code 666. Great. And then after that, it means I will also have to color the TDs. So if I do this and then the TDs, so this means all the cells should also have a border. So here we can see that the border seems to be doubled, so we can use something called border collapse, and then I'll collapse it. So I'll be like, the borders should merge into just one border at all sides. So I would also like to here we look at this icon, it seems to be jumping up there while others are centered, so I like that. So one thing is to fix this one, we could do vertical alignment of that to be middle. So let's look at that. That doesn't work, so let me inspect and see if there's no problem from a star perspective. Okay, so rather the input, we can see that we already have a style for the input because we used it for the forms. So here this star applies to it, so we can see that it has a margin bottom somewhere, I think. Yes, so this is what is causing that issue. So apart from that, the remaining stars we can keep them. So if I click, we see it cool. So we have to eliminate that margin bottom. So we go like admin content table, element input. I can even specify that the input of type checkbox should have no margin bottom. So should have no margin bottom, and that is it, and it works. So we have our table. So right now I'm looking at it and the table seems to be too small, and if I look at it, I can see what is causing that. Since it is at 100% of its containers width, so when we check the container, we can see that, which is the form here. Great. So actually it is inside the form. Oh wow. All right. So it means we use the same concept at the dashboard, because the dashboard had a form, so that's why we have it here. So this class shouldn't be signing. Let's see if we do signing. Great. So the reason why the sign-in is this is because the sign-in page is actually short. It was a small form, and so we wanted it to look cool by making it really small. So that's why we had that shrinked. So we had a very large so let me say admin login. We created a very large padding around it, so that made it look small. So when we move to the next page, which is admin dashboard, not content. So we use the same thing because it is a form here too, and we wanted the form to look contained. So but when we go to admin content page, although we use the same form, but we wish the content can expand to the rest. So there's the class that had that form containing aspect was the sign-in class. So by removing that sign-in class, it allows our table now to expand to the main content area, which is the main tag we have here. So if you can see in the star here, right? So this looks okay, and the reason I've instead insisted on this is because the titles can be long and we want to be able to contain them and have enough space for them. So the content now, we need to center it here. So that's the, so if you check the tag, that's h2. So we go back and we take this, something like this, and then we target the h2 and we make it text align center. So a bit of shifting, so that didn't take here. So we said single article. Okay, so another problem we have, I think I use single article somewhere here. There's no need, so we have to keep it clean. All right, so it is not needed, it doesn't do much, so we can get rid of it. So I am saying then all right, it makes sense. So instead of single article here, it is going to be admin content. We already have admin content here, container or section. So let me just name it like that, section. So I could say admin. It's normal, this wouldn't work because if you look at it very well, that admin content is after the heading 2. So the heading 2 is not inside it, so it won't work. So we have to go to the higher level element, so in the hierarchy, and this should work now. So if we look at content page, so I think this is an opportunity to give a link to this menu here. So we'll have to go back to the admin dashboard here, where we have this, so we can name it admin underscore dashboard underscore content dot php. So that's the link. So if you are the dashboard, and also here I would like this menu here to point to the dashboard rather than the actual home page here, because once we sign in as an admin, by clicking this, it should return us to the dashboard. So this should be dashboard.php, and I think we named it admin underscore dashboard. So admin underscore dashboard. So if I'm in the admin underscore dashboard like this, and then click here, I should stay on the same page. No, it rather took me somewhere. Oh yeah, I made the mistake, so it shouldn't be here, this should be here. Great. So if I reload and then click, so I should stay on the same page. Now when I click on manage, where should I go? We can give it to the default link here, or we make it not to go anywhere by saying hash. So if I reload, click on this one, I'm not going anywhere, but if I click on content, it will take me to the content page. So I will do the same thing for the admin here. So we do admin dashboard admins, so something like that. So once we have that, I can now copy this header because we changed something. I can now put it somewhere here because these are going to have the same headers. So I have to put it here. So it means if you go on the admin content page, which is like this, you should still have access to the same menu, and that is it. So Once we have that, we just have to multiply this here, and we should have it. So let me just copy it some 2 or 3 times. So we are here, we copy the tr, no spacing, so tr. So if I reload, I should have it several times, and that's wonderful. I didn't use the icon here because we haven't inserted any icon fonts or font icons, so we can now keep the text by default. So the next thing is to add the pagination. So we can see in the prototype we have a pagination. Remember, we already created a pagination style somewhere, I think at the home page. So we go back to the index and we look for the pagination, which is here. So we just have to copy that, bring it here right under the form here, and we'll paste it. So let's look at it, and we are good to go. And this looks really cool. I like how it fits with the table borders there. So maybe I can space it a little bit by adding a BR. So a BR, great, and we get some space. So this is looking great, and this is the end of this episode, and kindly consider liking and subscribing, and see you in the next one.